Good morning, Fit Friends. I want to walk you through the steps that I do to meal plan. I think that this may be the area that we all need more support. And I know that this video tutorial is not as effective as sitting side by side with you, just like I did with Trisha last week, but hopefully you'll find this helpful. I have 4 steps that you need to take to write out and make your meal plan for the week. At least these are the steps that I follow and that I do to make my weekly meal plan. So let me show you. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. First of all, you have to figure out what resource you are going to use to plan out your meals, your containers. So I'm going to draw your attention into the Ultimate Portion Fix program. Under Resources, under Module 4, you will find here is a meal planner. This is a great thing to print out if you want to use this format to write out what your meal is at breakfast, snack, lunch, all the meals and what containers they are so that you know in the day you have the right amount of containers. That's one resource that you can use to track your meals or plan your meals. Plan and track, actually. Module 4, again, that's the meal planner I showed you. This is a tally sheet. So I always recommend that you plan out your meals for the day ahead of time. Don't just eat and track because, again, you get to the end of the day and you have random containers together and you maybe don't feel like eating those. So plan out your day. You can use this one to track what you're going to have at each meal so you know that you're on track with the right amount of containers. This one doesn't give you space to write down exactly what the food is, and I always think that that's I recommend that. So, but you can use this tally sheet. Maybe this is a way you track after you eat it. However, whatever system you come up with, you need to have a system. So either print those resources, use your logbook. Actually, the back of the logbook, it has some meal tracking with your kids. So if you're not maybe doing that with your kids yet, but you could use this format too to plan. Lots of resources out there. I have said before that I use a Google Sheet to plan out my meals because I have access to it on my phone, and this just works for me. So I'm going to show you that. So step 1 was print the resources or figure out what resource you're going to do to write it down. Step 2, plug in your Shakeology. That's a no-brainer meal. Like, oh my gosh, not only the healthiest, but like the easiest? What? So my Shakeology is always my pre-workout meal during the week. So plug that in, what you're going to blend it with. Remember, almond milk is 1 teaspoon. If you use a cup of almond milk, you have to count that as a teaspoon. So just be mindful of that. It's not putting in almond milk and a teaspoon of peanut butter. You can, you just have to make sure you track 2 teaspoons then. Step 3, pick 2 or 3 recipes from Fixate. So this is what I did this week. So I picked the veggie egg cups. I picked the chicken piccata and the shepherd's pie. Veggie egg cups to me, or a variation of them, that is the easiest thing for me for my post-workout meal, this one that I have around between 9:15 and 10. It's easy for me to eat because a lot of times I'm teaching, and it's just an easy, it makes enough for the whole week. So I'm going to make this with spinach. It's with red peppers, green onions, and eggs, and it's really easy. And that's 1 red, 1 green. I'll have overnight oats with it with almond butter some days, and I'll have toast with peanut butter other days just to kind of mix it up. But that's 1 recipe. So I do recommend egg cups or some sort of variation of them. That just find that that's convenient. Then the shepherd's pie. So I'm going to go into nutrition and scroll down to the Fixate Cooking Show, and I found the shepherd's pie on page 90. So go into recipes, Fixate recipe list, click on page 90. Okay, I love this because it's equal to 1 green, 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 teaspoon. Boom, that is an easy recipe for me to make, and 1 serving of that plugs nicely into this meal that I have here. So actually, it only makes 4 servings, so I'm going to do that for Tuesday through Friday, those 4 days. But Monday, I'll have like leftovers from Sunday night dinner. Maybe that's salmon or whatever. I always have veggies. Like, I keep on top of your veggies. I can't stress that enough too. So I just write veggies on hand because I don't know exactly what veggie I'm going to have with it then, but I just know there's going to be a veggie around, so I'm going to eat that. Then this meal for me is a green and a blue. I'm going to have jicama. I'm going to try that this week. Carrots. I'm going to alternate between jicama and carrots. Super easy, but who knows? Maybe I might adjust, and by Wednesday I have a bunch of like roasted broccoli. I'll have that instead. But I do like to just write things out so that I can look at that and say, no, I know I have that food here in the house, and I know I'm ready. Then finally, chicken piccata on page 58. I go back to Fixate Recipes. This is also a very simple recipe with chicken breast. I have all these ingredients on hand, so I will make that for some dinners at the beginning of the week. And then I know I have salmon from Costco that's frozen. That's super easy to make. And by Thursday, Friday, I kind of just wrote in there fried eggs, but who knows? Maybe I might have salmon again, or maybe on Wednesday, which is a day that I'm home, that a lot of times I'll prep things too. Maybe I'll take out some chicken and I'll make chicken for those days. I can adjust as I go, but I want to make sure I have that food on hand. So that's step 3 was pick your recipes. Step 4, last step, have the extra food on hand. So meaning have some grab and go protein, hard-boiled eggs, some lunch meat, some cottage cheese, have some grab and go veggies, carrots, jicama, peppers. Again, roast up a bunch of veggies. Some grab and go, not grab and go necessarily, but always have some brown rice, some quinoa, some oats on hand so that you can make a yellow easily. And beans, canned beans, that's so easy. Healthy fats, have almonds on hand, hummus, cheese, fruits. I always like to have cuties. It's easy to grab 2 cuties, apples, grapes, whatever fruits. Fruits, that's simple. Have some frozen fruit, right, on hand. That's easy to throw into your shake. Oranges, I always have pumpkin seeds, and of course dressings from Fixate, and then the healthy fats. Have some almond butter, peanut butter, some oil on hand, just so that you don't ever not have foods for your different containers, even though you've planned your meals, but you also know that you have this other stuff in the house as well. So that's how I think through my meal plan for the week. So whatever resource you're using, I guess my point is write it down. Write down the food you're going to eat, what container it is, count them out, make sure you have them the correct equivalents for the day, and then you're prepared. You know what you're eating for the day, and gosh, I tell you, that's what helps you stay on track. You've written it down, and there's no guessing, and when you're hungry, you're just grabbing stuff and thinking, oh yeah, I don't think I had my purple today, or gosh, did I eat that blue, or whatever, So there you go. And then, of course, you track it as you eat it and go. So hopefully that was helpful. Happy planning, happy meal prepping. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon. Bye.